Welcome everyone back to another Dragon Ball Legends video. My name is D-Free. Here today we will be taking a look at 6 of the best counters to Brolys in this game. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hit that subscribe if you're new for more content. And of course, I said Brolys with the S because it applies to all of them if you struggle with any of them, but primarily the purple one, right? Because he is such a crazy overpowered unit in this game. So here is the list of what we're going to go over in this video. We're going to talk about these 6. I'm going to talk about different scenarios, stuff like that, very briefly. Then we have 3 teams that I will be showing off in this video. I have pre-recorded videos I want to go and show you guys. We have one with the Android 18, Blue, Yellow, and Master Roshi trio taking on the BROLY team. And we did pretty well in that. It was a lot of fun. We have another one where we have Chilled and kind of like the Frieza lineage type team. We also have another one that will be featuring Goku Black and the one-hand Spirit Bomb Goku that we'll be showing off. So I try to make use of a lot of these units. So anyways, the biggest issue, like, right now is for a lot of people is Purple Broly. I'm seeing a lot of people saying, like, hey, it's kind of getting really hard to win. It's almost impossible to win in PvP if you don't have, like, that or things like that. And I get it. He's powerful. He's very, very powerful. He's very tanky. Like, he's hard to deal with. Especially with some of these setups that feature, like, him, the Purple Goku, Mercenary Tao, EX Raditz, or Shallot, whatever the case is, giving him over 1,000,000 HP, doing crazy things. I get it, right? But here are some ideas. The biggest thing with Broly is that some people simply don't know how to use him, right? They don't know how to time out when to switch in and out to utilize the fact that he would be neutral versus yellow typing, things like that. So there are different elements that you can try to take advantage of if you yourself know how the unit functions. So one of the top candidates is Goku Black at being good versus Broly. A big reason because of that is the fact that, for one, he's a yellow unit, and any yellow unit should be competitive versus Broly. And the reason because, like, sometimes he takes away the advantage. But anyways, other than that, just for future reference, any unit that pretty much has anti-Saiyan, which is pretty much what this is, Utopia's beginning, any unit that has that should be competitive versus Broly, So keep that in mind for future reference, right? But again, Goku Black is just, in general, very powerful. You can run him on a full Saiyan setup and be successful versus Broly, and just other Saiyans in general. Like, the only ones he really struggles with would be red units, but other than that, you should be fine. And whenever he takes them down, he gets more blast damage, plus 35%, so he's really, really good in that setup as well. Now, Android 18, a yellow one, a lot of people do have this unit, and a lot of people don't, but that's fair. Now, what she's good for is because a lot of the same reasons as Goku Black. She does have anti-Saiyan pretty much against Saiyans right here, plus 20% to strike damage inflicted versus Saiyan characters. She also is yellow, which is a thing that works out for her, right? She also does draw an extra arts card with a no problem at all skill. And also, if we go over here to Deadly Dance, this skill is interesting because with Broly, sometimes they like to be switch happy, excuse me. And this can punish them from switching. So plus 5 to enemy substitution count is very, very good. So anyways, moving on. She's a very good candidate. Run her on Mono Yellow or an Android-centric team. Now Frieza, same thing applies. Yellow character, anti-Saiyan. And if we go down to his last ability, he also has anti-Frieza Force. So you people that get matched up with the Red Broly and maybe struggle with him, that also applies to Red Broly. Purple Broly does not have Frieza Force, by the way. So if we move on to the Blue 18, she's particularly good because of the fact that she has busted abilities. Infinity Bullet is a very good ability to just kind of throw out there. Sometimes will paralyze. Also, her green card allows her to be competitive with some of those fights as well. Also, when they bring Broly, a lot of times they do bring Gogeta alongside him, so you do want to have a unit like that. Other than that, she doesn't really do much because she has hybrid Saiyans instead. But I felt like she deserved to be mentioned because she's a very good, very competitive unit, especially if you do have the yellow Android 18 alongside her. Now, Chilled is one of the biggest checks to Super Saiyans in this game that not a lot of people know about. He is very, very powerful. When it comes to him, very busted main ability and then unique abilities. So, Lineage of Evil units do get plus 70% of Vanishing Gauge recovery for 15 timer counts when he uses this main ability, which is insane. Plus 35% of damage inflicted. Again, insane. He also reduces their strike arts and blast arts cost by 5. He's really good, and they last for quite a while. And then we go down here, Beware the Golden Saiyan. Reduces allies' damage received from Super Saiyans, which applies to Gogeta, Bardock, and Broly. That's like the most common 3-man setup when you use those 2 units. But anyways, moving on. Reduced damage by 80%. Like, that's nutty. That's insane. So he is very good, and then this is also a very good ability here too. Chilled is very powerful, and whether you need him out there or you need him to go down, he's good. Now, last little bit, I didn't mean to come here. But when you take a look at the Goku's good because of his Z ability on a Saiyan-centric team. Use him alongside Goku Black if you must to try to help him out defensively. But when we take a look here, there it is. Plus 30% special move damage inflicted against Broly's. That does apply there. And of course, there are other units, other teams, other setups that are going to be successful versus Broly. I've been testing a lot, and I just wanted to give you guys these tips. So from here, we will actually transition directly into our first match, which is with the Chilled team. So here we go. So we have Chilled's team set up here. And as you see, I did take on the purple Broly there. He has a Z and an S equipment. He has Goku Black. He's kind of got a weird team there. He's kind of got like, it's all Broly-centric support and then a random kid Goku, probably for the mirror match, I'm guessing. But everything else, other than, I guess, Goku Black too. But it's pretty much geared towards buffing up the Broly. So the Broly's going to obviously be pretty freaking strong. And you guys saw what I used here. So I brought these 3. And the other 3 units on my bench were just there to buff up the team. If you wanted to run a more pure lineage team, you could do that. But I just felt like, I wanted to run the team this way and just kind of buff up these units primarily with some of those bench support units. So for here, I'm going to take the opportunity to potentially paralyze. We do miss, unfortunately. But as you see, another reason why Chilled is good is because when he uses the green card, he does pick up a regeneration effect. So it just helps him be competitive. Also holds the freaking paralysis strike card, which is insane too. Like, he's really good. Chilled is very good. He's the best unit I think a lot of people didn't even pay attention to because Bardock came out on the same banner as him, and then also that yellow Goku. Who is also a good unit to use, I guess, that yellow Goku because cover change. But Broly sometimes can really punish that. So we're coming through. We're getting hit a bit, unfortunately. I realized that I do not need this Frieza really too much at all. So we're going to go in. He's not going to be able to dodge out of this. I was too close. He was mid-animation. He's going to launch a Rising Rush, but I'm getting out of that. Apparently, he didn't have an arts card to combo it, but it's fine. Maybe my tap attack took priority there, but we go through with the tap attack, switch back out to Chilled, because again, you don't necessarily need Chilled, you just kind of need his main ability, and you kind of just need him to die. But if he wants to be competitive, that's fine. If he wants to fight and be strong out there, that's fine. So we're going to dodge that. We do pick up our arts card. I'm going to go ahead and do this. I actually waited a second to see if it would give me the card, but it wouldn't, and I was like, damn, I don't want to waste the immobilization, so I'm just going to throw this. And then I didn't want to lose Frieza because I did kind of need him versus Broly, so unfortunately, I think we switch out here. I think we do switch out. No. I throw this, we throw the ultimate here. There it is. And then the tap attacks coming in clutch. The tap attacks are very strong in that type of scenario. Of course, the game didn't give me priority there, though. He got the priority. Couldn't use the ultimate there. So he's going to come through. I'm going to knock him back because he was way too far to even try that. We're good. Okay. So, like, as you see, though, like, Broly hasn't really been able to do much. He's still not transformed, but he hasn't done much. And then I just come through with the Rising Rush. When he rushed at me, I was like, I'm just going to take this opportunity. And wouldn't you have it, wouldn't you know it, he decided he didn't want to play anymore. So there we go. So now we're going to actually transition over to the Android 18 team. So as you see, that guy has an A and a Z. He's got a 5-star Broly, 6-star Majin, or not Majin Vegeta, but physical Vegeta. Physical. Yellow Vegeta, 6-star Goku. I don't know. So he's got a pretty good team, pretty good limit broken team. And that's part of the reason why this was in here. Because I don't want people to think you just got to be a whale to be able to be competitive. I fucking hate that word. Like, I really do. You don't have to. Any team can beat any team if you know what you're doing. Also, sometimes a little bit of luck, properly timing your Rising Rush, which is another thing I should have mentioned earlier. But another really big counter to Broly is, well, saving your Rising Rush. And also using your own Broly if you happen to have one, because that's a very grindy match, but it's very fun, and you should be able to win. So, like, there are different ways. You just got to know how to play, man. You got to know how to time your stuff and have proper team setups and stuff. I'm not perfect, but, I mean, you know what I'm saying. So, here we go. As you see, this man came through with pretty much the best possible team, though. Like, seriously. Pretty much the best possible 3-man lineup. So, I'm going to try to switch here, immediately go in. She's really good. Now, for my androids, I wound up using a, they have an Android 19 and an Android 20 equipped. One of them does more damage versus Saiyans, and the other one does more defense versus Saiyans. So, like, those are the type of equipments that I gave. We already are taking out the Gogeta, so that literally frees up my yellow. Oh, no, I forgot he's switching to Bardock. I didn't really care about Bardock because I didn't really use any sort of red or anything like that, so it doesn't really matter. Now, I used our green card there. I think it was a little bit premature. He will actually go ahead and transform, unlike the last opponent. All right, I saw that he was taking a long time, so he was probably not going to sidestep. We're going to come through with this. draw that extra card, and I'm going to throw it right here. Now, this is one of the best ultimates in the game to me, or special moves, I guess. I always get that, you know, the terminology confused. So we're going to come through here. I'm going to wait for him to sidestep. We get him. Look how much damage I'm doing. Look how much damage I'm doing. Look how much damage. He's going to switch to Gogeta because he's like, bro, I'm stuck. I have no choice, right? But since we had to take out one of his characters, we're good. Now, the standby count went up there, so he can't go out to BROLY for a little bit now. BROLY has 5 additional seconds stuck out of the battle. So I'm in a really good position. I was just hoping I can get this blue, but I couldn't get it back. It just took a little bit longer than it needed to. He did not, well, he did try to sidestep, but it was kind of prolonged, so I missed it. I missed the timing. So he's going to come in with the tap attacks. I'm wondering at this point what he's saving it for. I launched that because he was mid-animation. He's lucky I didn't do 1,000 more damage. But be careful with those long-distance sidesteps because I always personally take that opportunity to throw an ultimate or a special at you because you can't do anything about it because you're mid-animation. And that's another little trick, like, you know, you can probably learn different things like that in bait tactics and stuff. So he's lucky he was able to fly through because Roshi was in a really good position. But, I mean, we still have the freaking advantage here. We have the advantage. Oh, that's going to hit him. So what he tried to do there was he tried to bait me. So one of the best ways to use your Rising Rush is to fly through their Ki Blast or their Strike Arts. And because you bait them and they're stuck, they can't do anything. But he tried to do it there, but little did he know I was throwing the ultimate. So he got completely unlucky. He's going to probably try the... I don't know what happened there. I think he needed just a split second too long, and it allowed me to get out. So I'm going to go for the rush here, and I think he quits. I think he actually quits here. I think... No. Yeah. So we just take him out. Because it didn't really matter, because I could continue the attack there. And we came through, and we're able to get that victory. So one more that we're going to show off. Now this one was with Goku Black. I guess, didn't record the team, but he had another, I think, 4 or 5-star Broly. We'll pull this up in a moment. Now, this team was a full Saiyan team, right? I didn't wind up using the Spirit Bomb Goku in this, but I'll show you guys the team that I used for this last one because this one I didn't really show that stuff. I didn't wind up using the Spirit Bomb Goku, but again, he's a really good character to bring. So he came at me with double purples. Part of that, too, is because, the Bardock was there and a couple of different units that he wanted to make sure that he was able to capitalize on the matchup versus. Now, he has Pikkon here. This was actually a cross between movies and Saiyans again. There's a lot of people that are kind of doing a cross between movies and Saiyans to try to bring out the best in their Bardocks. So that's kind of another thing that he's doing here. Pikkon, as you see, is still very troublesome. Look how much damage he's not taking and how much he did in return. I'm kind of stuck. Going to throw this here. He's going to avoid it, I believe. Or maybe he's mid-animation. Yeah, he's mid-animation. That was good timing for me. All right, I'm going to lock him in here. Locked him in. That's part of the reason why Bardock also is really good. Bardock is in a weird position being a green unit versus the Broly because Broly, of course, has type advantage. Bardock's in a weird position, but the thing is that Bardock can have that viability by locking them in. And then from there, if you have another unit that can capitalize on Broly and the fact that maybe he isn't available to avoid the yellow damage, right, you're good. So we're just going to keep on going here. As you see, Pikkon is a freaking problem. He's literally a problem. I don't have the key to chain another attack in because of freaking Pikkon's ability, making my abilities cost me like 10 more. So we're going to keep on here. We do get the feint. That was lucky. We got the feint. I'm going to charge up. We're going to go in with a couple of strike cards and just finish him off. He doesn't decide to switch him out. That's fine. We do take on the Pikkon. Take him out. He's going to transform. Not a big deal. Don't let those hit you. If you can avoid it, do. He's so lucky I didn't have a strike card to chain there. But again, I got him with the close range. I believe he actually counts this. I think he gets it. He does get it. He did get it. Yeah, this one was actually pretty tough because he guessed it. And I'm like, oh, crap, I have this green unit that's not great here. And there we go with the bait. Little things like that can save you. But then again, I do have this Goku Black. I just kind of have to protect him, make sure that he doesn't get hit too much. I switched him in there as soon as I'm saying this. I switched him in there to think that I was going to be able to vanish, and I missed the timing on the vanish. Barely. But guess what? Your boy guesses it. The Goku Black is coming through, and he is going to take revenge. He's going to switch him out here, I believe. Oh, he's not. He's not! Maybe he can't. I don't know. But Goku Black decided he was going to take him out. So now, all of a sudden, it's 3 versus 1. He's going to sidestep here. I missed the timing by a split second. That's why I saved this one for last, because it was the one that I made the most mistakes in out of my videos. or like that I recorded. So this one I made the most mistakes in. He's gonna come through, not a big deal. I guess I would have preferred for that to be Bardock, of course, but not a big deal. Bardock is still at max HP, can be competitive versus the Goku, still doing a nice amount of damage. So not like a great amount, but respectable amount. And then we start lagging and EDCs. So yeah, pretty much a lot of matches that I went through today in my testing with some of these different units and teams resulted in different people DCing, unfortunately. So here's pretty much the record that I've accumulated today with some of my matchups. I'm not really going to spend a lot of time on this, but I started today. So all the 12-18s are the ones that I got. So these two, actually, what I was doing here is I was testing full androids because Cell is actually pretty good because he also has anti-Saiyan, I believe, pretty much. So I was testing that, and full androids wasn't doing it for me. I was not able to really get it. It was too close. Cell's really squishy. And then from there, with all the other teams this one right here doesn't count. That one was a bot. But all the other teams that I did test, we were able to get successful victories. That's pretty much what happened. Not sure why this guy brought the freaking Jocko, but it is what it is. I didn't even include that because it was whatever. So for the last little bit, the team that I used for the Saiyan setup, that one's going to be right over here somewhere. So this is actually the team, by the way, that I used for the androids. So I went ahead and chose the Cell there for a little bit more HP. And then the other two on the bottom were there for Master Roshi to be competitive. So other than that, they were kind of buffing each other up. Now, this isn't a team that I used in this video. It's a different one I'm working on. This is the team that I used for that last fight. Now, I thought it was very important to have another HP buffer like Raditz, just to make sure that Goku Black has a little bit more longevity. And if you take a look at Goku Black, he has a lot of defensive support, HP, stuff like that. So he's getting the strike attack and blast defense from the Goku and stuff like that. So again, results will vary depending on how many limit breaks you have for some of these setups that are like picking up double buffs at 5 stars. So that's a little bit different. That's why I saved this one kind of for last. But for the Android team, that one's fine. You don't need to have anything crazy like that. You can kind of just be competitive otherwise, right? And then also, this was the full Android team I was testing. As you saw, I got me double L's, but it can work. And I think there was one more in here. There we go. This is the last one I ran. Like I said, the last 3 units, they were just there to buff the first 3 units, and that's pretty much it. So names don't matter on these teams, by the way. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hit that subscribe. And if there's any units I forgot, let me know in the comments down below. And other than that, like I said, any unit that's anti-Saiyan, even yellow, can be competitive primarily versus the purple Broly. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys. I'll catch all of you in the next one.